So actually, if you miss the course, you can actually come back to our recording. The recording will be placed in the course website. You'll be placed here. So after today, you will see a video recording of today's lecture, right? So if you miss something or you want to review, you can use the video recording session, okay? So this is the web facility, and that is important, right? Let me remind you again, if up to this point you have not filled in this initial questionnaire, do that. Because after today's course, I will have to do team assignment, and I will have to decide when we want to do the TA session. What we mean by TA session is, in this course, we will have some homework assignments. And for those who do not have the ability of doing programming, you might need help, right? So in addition to my own office hours, we will have every week we will have a 3 hours. We will follow a classroom, and then so anyone who needs help can go to the classroom for the TA session. And myself and TA will be in the classroom to help you with your homework, right? So that is the way that we want to teach you programming, right? I know that programming can be quite challenging for some non-technical background people, but I believe that I told you that I have delivered this course in Chinese for like 3 years already, right? So to my experience, as long as you do the homework, right? And if you have problem in doing the homework, try to go to the TA session, and then in one semester you will have a pretty good capability in doing programming. You cannot be a very good programmer yet, of course, but you will start to do programming, and actually a lot of students actually they were loved to do programming at the end of semester, right? You will see programming is interesting. You will see programming is useful, and then you will see how you can apply programming to solve some business problem. And at the end of semester, hopefully you will love to do programming. Okay, that is our major objective of this course. Okay, and some of the logistics that I need to cover before I start to explain what is business analytics. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the PowerPoint. Now this is 9:40, so usually I would only take one break in my lectures. Say, which means that we will start from 9:10, and then in about 10:30 we will have a break, and then we will run the course to the end, right? Is that good for you, or you prefer that we have a break every hour? What is your preference? Usually, I should ask you that in your in the international courses, what the other teacher do? I think I better follow their tradition, right? Do they have a break in every hour?
We only have one break, Professor.
You used to have
only
one break, right?
Yeah. In last semester, we only have one break.
Okay. So we will do it that way, right? We only have one break, and we will have a 15-minute break at about 10:30, right? So I think it would be better, right? It would be easier for continuity, right? Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so let's try to cover what is business analytic before 10:30. I have one question. Let me see. Okay. Now let's try to go into the course content. Okay. Now, first thing I want to explain is what is business analytics, right? So a few years ago, in Harvard Business Review, Harvard Business Review, right? The top level journal of in the field of business, there is an article entitled "The Sexiest Job of the 21st Century." They mentioned that data scientist is the best job in the 21st century, right? So see, actually, this is quite surprising, right? Like Harvard Business Review, they are all about business, right? So why did they say that data scientist? Now, data and scientist, it sounds like engineering. It sounds like science, right? So this is quite surprising, right? The Harvard Business Review, they would say that data scientist is the sexiest job of the 21st century. And since then, all of the business school take very seriously about doing programming, about doing data, right? Now, the 21st century, we are in an age of big data, right? Now, what we mean by big data is everywhere, right? So we talk about digital transformation, right? If you want to survive, if you want to take advantage of the big data infrastructure, then you need to do some digital transformation from within your company, right? So the way to do digital transformation is actually what we mean by business analytics, right? I mean, what is digital transformation? It means that you can use program to analyze data, and then you can make business decision based on the result of the analysis, isn't it? Right? So that's why business analytics becomes a very popular course in almost every business school, and in some top level business school, such as Harvard Business School, such Wharton Business School. They even have the Department of Business Analytics, right? It's not a course; it's already expanded to a department, right? So to take the advantage of data science, to take the advantage of artificial intelligence, take the advantage of big data, to take the advantage of the most precious public infrastructure in the human society, right? We need to the company need to have the capability of business analytics, and actually business analytics is comprised of three things. And if you have just as what we have covered in our course outline, you will need to learn three things to do BA. The first thing is computer, right? You need to do some programming, but don't be afraid. Don't freak out, right? Like programming is not that difficult than you have solved, right? At the end of this week, you will do a lot of programming, and you will start to appreciate the programming, the capability of programming, right? Okay. And then the second thing is mathematics and statistics. Actually, we will not use very difficult statistics. The theoretical test, the significance, the all kinds of difficult inferential statistics. You will not see it here, right? We would only use some simple probability. Okay, so don't worry too much about the statistics. And when you have some programming capability, you will actually see probability in a different way, right? And that's what we want to cover in our second part of our course, okay? So the first part of our course, we cover some basic programming. And the second part, we will use the programming to do probability. And then with that capability, we will go into this business know-how, right? And you can see that it's in red color, right? So actually, this is the most important part of business analytics, right? This program, this probability, they are just tools, right? We use tool for a purpose, right? Business is our purpose, right? Okay, so from time to time, I will see. Let me try to do this. Okay, this should be better, right? From time to time, I will see people define data scientists in this way, right? You do data collecting, data cleaning, explore the data, build model, and do model deployment, model prediction, something like that. And if you do this two things, you are data engineer. If you do these two things, you are data analyst, and you also learn machine learning, then you become a data scientist. Now, this is the engineering way of seeing data scientist. Right? If you learn data scientist in this way, I would say that this is just a tool. You just learn the tool. You don't see the purpose of learning data, learning programming at all, right? So in the business side, we are in the business school, right? We are not an engineering school, right? So these engineering things, they are actually just tool, right? Our purpose is to do this, right? This is our purpose. We want to use data to, right, shape our strategy, to determine our business, our marketing plan, right? To build our marketing plan, right? To make decision in our operation, in accounting, and even in human resource. More and more people are using data analytics for human resource. Actually, last semester, there is a car manufacturer, one of the major car manufacturers, I should say, cooperate with our business college, right? With NSYSU's business college, and they are actually using business data, using their data for human resource, right? Okay, so this is our purpose, right? When we do business analytics, we want to use this technique to help us predict, simulate, optimize, and make decision for all of this strategy, right? So the key talent for digital transformation, I mean, those who can in charge, can lead the company for their digital transformation, is not data engineer, it's not data scientist, right? It's the manager with data science capability. And this is the key point that I want to deliver to you. This is the first important thing that we need to learn from business analytics in the business school point of view, right? Okay? So we are in the business school, right? We are not in the engineering school. So all of these things, they are just tools. We want to use this tool to help us predict, simulate, optimize, and make decisions on strategy, on marketing, on operation, and so on, right? So I think the term data scientist could be misleading in some sort, in some degree, right? The way data scientist kind of imply that you are a scientist, you are not a manager, right? But actually, what we want to teach in business school is we want to develop you so you can be the manager with data science capability. Okay, so we will try to we will use some. I will explain later. Right, we will use some infrastructure to help you to hide the complexity of the engineering. So we will use a platform to hide the complexity of engineering. Then so you can focus on on this business logic, right? And that is the next thing that I want to explain, right? Let me do some concrete examples so you can get a better idea about this. Sorry. Now, first of all, this is if you try to like combine data analysis and business logic, right? So this is data analysis. Okay, you collect data, you build model, you do prediction. This is what we mean by data analysis. But it's far away. If you do here and stop here, then you do not touch business at all, right? To connect data analytic and business logic, you need to do this, right? So you need to do some, right? You need to do some market simulation, right? After prediction, you need to bring up some solution, right? For example, if your objective is to raise your revenue, right? Then you solution one is to do advertisement on newspaper, for example, and solution two is to do a promotion, right? Do a promotion event on some product series, right? And then you will need to consider your competitors' response, right? You will need to consider the macroeconomic situation, right? And then based on this, you will need to do some market simulation. And then after this market simulation, you will have some expected outcome, right? You will predict, you estimate the expected outcome of each of your solution, right? So you can make decision, isn't it? Right? If you just do model, if you just do prediction, then you cannot do business decision, right? You need to bring in your solution. You need to bring in your know-how about your competitor, about the business environment, and you need to bring in your know-how to do simulation. After you put business know-how into the data analytic, then you can complete this simulation, and then you can get the expected outcome, and you can do the strategic optimization, right? So actually, business is all about making decision in uncertainty, isn't it? Right? Making decision is easy if everything is certain, isn't it? It was just like mathematics, right? you do the math, then you can make a decision. Now, what makes it difficult is you need to make decision in uncertainty. And what data science can help us is to help us evaluate the uncertainty, is to help us estimate the outcome, right? And you need to combine these two things together before you can do business analytics properly, right? So let me skip this one. Let's do the next one. But saying that is easy, right? I'm saying that I believe that you already have some business know-how, right? But the problem is you do not have the data analysis capability, right? And that is why we need this course, right? Okay. So actually, the course that you are taking, the practice of business analytics is actually one of the introductory course of some micro curriculums. Okay, the thing is like in this introductory label, we will try to bring you in the realm of business analytics. We will not teach you very advanced technology, right? We just teach you the capability, teach you what is BA and what and use some basic data and use some basic analysis technology to do BA, right? And actually, we have a series of courses to help you do some, to help you with some advanced data science. For example, like machine learning, like big data, like artificial intelligence, right? So this advanced topic, I will not cover them in this course, right? So in this course, we will just teach you how to use the regular, I should say conventional data analysis to do business analytics, right? And if you after finish this course, if you are interested to learn more advanced technology, we actually have the advanced course to guide you through the more advanced technology like big data, like machine learning, that type of things, right? So as I say that this type of advanced data science actually is more difficult than the technique that we will teach in our course, right? So to do them, you actually need to have a big system. You need to set up some environment before you can run big data, before you can run machine learning, that is to say. But in NSYSU, in our business school, actually we have, our strategy is we will build a platform on top of the engineering complexity. We will build a platform that kind of encapsulate, kind of cover the engineering complexity. And in this platform, we will actually give you a high-level interface. So in this high-level interface, you no longer need to worry about the engineering complexity, about big data, about machine learning, about artificial intelligence, right? In another word, we will try to, we already set up the platform in a way that you can treat model as a black box, right? So as a black box that help you to do the prediction, right? So and this black box can be some easy model that I will teach you in the first course, and this black box can be machine learning or artificial intelligence, that type of advanced technologies, right? But because we already have this platform, you actually treat every kinds of model as a black box, right? As a tool. So we only teach you how to use the tool. You don't need to actually learn the mathematics. You don't have to learn the algorithm behind this model. You only use its high-level interface to build model, and then apply the model to your business applications. That is our philosophy, right? We are not engineering. We are not an engineering school. Let me emphasize that again. So the way that we teach data science is we will treat most of the difficult technology as a black box, and then we will encapsulate that engineering complexity under some high-level interface, so that in this interface you can focus on the business logic, right? So in this environment, doing the business analytics is something like this one, right? Like this slide. In this environment, doing business analytics is like to set up an assembly line in the factory, right? And in the in the beginning, you collect data, right? And then you set up the assembly lines of data analysis. Now, you will do exploration, analysis, prediction, simulation, you will do optimization. But all of this, all of the complexity of this algorithm, these models, are already encapsulated in packages. In some, we already use a platform to hide the complexity of all of the mathematics and algorithm. So all you see is actually like a machine, right? A black box, right? You will see black box after black box after black box, and all you see is its input and output, right? You don't need to learn about the internal algorithm of how to do explore, how to do analysis. What you need to know is what is the input of this explore, what is the output of explore, right? What is the input of analysis, what is the output of the analysis. As long as you know that, you can actually assemble all of this, you can actually assemble all of this box into assembly line, right? So using tool, you can actually set up assembly line. So you can go through exploration, analysis, prediction, simulation, operation, and that is what we want to do in our course. Okay, you'll go through this one, and the way that we can do it in one semester is because we already encapsulate the complexity inside a package, right? And so in this way that you kind of just using tool to build a assembly line, then you can finish your data analysis. But data analysis is not what we want, right? We do not want to do analysis. We want to use the result of analysis to do business decision, isn't it, right? So you need to bring in your know-how, right? You need to bring in your know-how of strategy, marketing, finance, whatever. With your know-how and with the result of the analysis, you can do some planning, you can do some presentation, right? And that is what we mean by business analytics, right? So in this semester, actually, I will not teach you. I will not teach you about the detail about this data tool, right? But you will know how to use this data tool and assembly them into a data assembly line, right? And of course, I cannot teach you about all of these things. You will have various courses to teach you about this specialty, right? So you will know this specialty, and then you will have to bring them together, and then so you can do planning, you can do presentation, and you can communicate your analysis result, and then you can make decision, right? So this is what we mean by business analytics and the way that we want to cover business analytics in this course. So up to this point, is there any question that I need to cover? Let me see the box.
Professor, could I ask about the last slide? The slide before this.
The last slide?
Yeah.
You mean this one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I saw in the micro-curriculum or platform. Does this mean that these courses will be in the international program? Or, for example, if I want to study about the fintech, so it will be, it will have in the next semester?
No, not yet. Actually, this is only course that we have internationalized. In the full curriculum, the only this course, this is the beginning, right? So we do not have this course yet. Sorry. Actually, the international office is preparing for that. Mm-hmm. So, but as far as I know, next semester, we do not have the plan yet. Maybe like next year we will have a chance to deliver that. Okay?
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Okay, now back to this slide. Now, as I told you, the way that we want to teach you business analytics, the way that we can teach so many things in one semester, is actually we hide the complexity of each of these, right? Each of these analysis, we encapsulate them as a black box, right? And that is the reason that we want to use R, right? Actually, each of these box in R, each of this box is actually encapsulated in what we call package, a software package, right? So a package is kind of like an add-on. So you just install that package, then you can do the exploration, right? So the reason that we want to use R is because that it has a lot of package, right? In this May, I checked R, and it has like 17,000 package, right? So, but today, if we go into R, today, if we go into R, you can see that the number of package has grown to like 18,200, right? So see that in a few months, in just like this is May, right? It's before the summer vacation. Now, in one summer vacation, the number of package in R has grown from 70,400 to 18,200, right? So almost 1,000 package has added into the R family in just one summer, right? So you can see that most of the advanced technology, for example, like what I say, machine learning, big data, artificial intelligence, they are actually encapsulated as package and then bring into the R family, right? So don't have to worry about too much about this advanced technology because after all, they will be encapsulated as package. And as long as they are a package, the way you use a AI model is the same as is almost the same, I should say. It's almost the same like you use a linear regression model, right? They are not much different, right? If you treat model as a black box, then from the user's point of view, right? In business school, we kind of treat this data science technology as a tool, right? So if we use the tool in this way, right? So when every model, every kind of model is like a black box, right? That has the input and has the output, right? So and as long as we have more and more package, right? So you learning R once, then you will never get out of date, isn't it? Right? Because as long as you can use R, the new technology will be encapsulated in package, right? And they will keep bringing into this R family, right? So your data science capability will never get out of date, isn't it? Right? So this is the way, this is the right way that a manager would use technology, right? As a manager, we do not want to learn the internal engineering detail. We don't want to learn the mathematical algorithm behind this AI, machine learning type of things. As long as we can use it, then we can use it in our business logic. And the way that we do that is with R, because in this R language, all of this complexity has been encapsulated in packages. And the package is growing very, very fast, right? Okay, and then so doing business analytic in R is like something like this, right? The box are all kind of different types of technology, all kind of different types of models. Actually, in each of these terminal green box, they are like 50 type of models in each of these green box. So in total, they are like maybe 1,000, maybe more than 1,000 type of models, right? So as a manager, actually, even if you are an engineer, it's almost impossible to learn everything, right? So, but in R, doing BA in R is actually like playing the wizard in an online game, right? So the wizard in the online game, they can kind of summon the magical creatures, right? So all of this package is like the creature that you can summon into your R environment, isn't it? Right. So as long as you learn the spell, right, you can summon all of this package in one line of code, right? So and then you will have this skeleton soldiers in your R environment to help you do all kinds of different things, right? You have different kind of skeleton soldier to help you do different kind of things. Then that is the way that we do VA in R, right? Now in this semester, I will only teach you some basic level creatures like skeleton soldiers, but in the later course, right? In the second and the third course in our curriculum, you will learn some powerful creatures like dragons, that type of things, right? But that's not in the scope of our course in this semester. Okay, so in this semester, when we are doing BA in R, it is most likely like playing a wizard that you can kind of summon the magical creature to help you do the exploration, analysis, simulation, optimization, right? And with them, you can bring in your brand with your domain knowledge, right? Then you can do business decision in all kind, right? That's what we mean by BA and the way we want to do it in this semester. Okay, so let me see if I still have time. It's 10:15. Okay, so I can cover this. Actually, it's not only that using R we can summon a lot of powerful creatures. R is actually it's like a bridge, right? It actually helps you connect to the resource in the cloud, right? Now, for example, I can show you in a real example, right? But can you see the screen all right? Can you see my screen all right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Can see.
Okay. Okay. So I have asked you to fill in the questionnaire, right? So the questionnaire that you fill in is actually in Google, right? But in R, we have the package to bring that questionnaire, bring the content of that questionnaire back to me, right? And all I need to do is these few lines of code. Sorry. Because I want to access Google, right? So he's asking me for authentication. So first of all, I bring in the, right? This table is actually that I bring down from the course selection system. So this is the 22 people that enroll into our course in the course selection system. And and 90 of them, 90 of the 22 has already submit their questionnaire, right? So I can see the things. The data is in the crowd, isn't it? The questionnaire that you fill in, I believe that some of this 19, yesterday when I look at it, it was just like 14 or 15, right? So if right now someone fill in the questionnaire and I run this program again, immediately I can get what he has filled in, right? And I can do some basic analysis. For example, I will see that 14 of them come from IB and 5 of them is GH, right? So I can see that in all of these 19 people, only 4 of them has the experience in using R, right? And 3 of them is in the, see that the GH only have 5 people enrolled, right? But 3 out of the 5 people, they already have experience using R. In the IB side, we actually have fewer people, right? So and I can see actually, this is your grade, right? This is first year, this is second year, right? Now I can see that in the first year and second year, we have 2 people who learn how to use R, right? Now, this is what we mean by connecting to the crowd, right? So R not only provide you with a full set of semantic creature that help you do data analysis. It also gives you a lot of package that you can connect it to the Google Drive, connect it to the Google Sheet, connect it to our course selection system, that you can pull data from the crowd back to your computer, right? So not only this, you can actually pull in Twitter data, you can pull in the Reddit data, right? You can pull in the TripAdvisor data, isn't it? Anything that in the cloud, we actually have the package to pull the data back to your computer, isn't it? So in the inside, it has a lot of package that help you analyze the data, explore, predict, simulate, optimization, all of the algorithm. They can do it inside. And in the outside, it will help you drag the data. It will help you download the data from the cloud, right? So with these 2 things together, it's actually very, very powerful, right? Because when you do the BA, you are not only using your own company's data. You want to combine your company's data with the data outside, right? With your competitors' data, with your customer data, with some data from the government, isn't it? And R also have the package to help you do that, as you can see here, right? When you fill in the questionnaire, what I need to do is just this 2 lines of code. I need to know the ID of that Google Sheet, isn't it? And then I just do a reshift. The data will back to me and in the tabular form. And then I can process this data. And then I can do my decision, right? I told you that I will use the data in this questionnaire to do the team assignments, okay? So and so I would start from this data. I will write a program downside. Actually, I will use random blocking capability to help you do the team assignment. And I just run the program, isn't it? In a few lines of program, I can do a very good random block team assignment for you, right? So this is the power of R, isn't it? So in our business school, I think we are actually I think we are the only business school in Taiwan. We are so proud to say that we are the only business school in Taiwan who is capable of kind of like block the engineering complexity to lower the entrance barrier, and actually we help you access the open resource with this platform, right? Because because we have this platform, now all of this capability has been encapsulated in a high-level interface that you can access in R. So from R, you can access like almost everything, isn't it? Right? That is the way that we want to deliver our course, and that come to the last slide of our first class. So this is our slogan, right? This is our slogan. I mean, from R, we want to connect from NSYSU to the cloud, right? We want to connect to the future, right? Because by future, I mean the big data, the machine learning, the artificial intelligence technology, right? Because they are entered R continuously in the form of package, right? So you learn R once, then you connect to the future already, isn't it? And for artificial intelligence, actually some people look like some people would take a hostile attitude to the AI, right? But I should say I see it in a different way. I would say that AI is a thing that would uplift the humanity, right? What I mean by uplift humanity is a thing like, if the thing are too small, then we can see it, right? If the thing are too far, then we cannot see it. As a human, we cannot see it. But now we have the microscope, right? We have the telescope to help us see the very far and very small things, isn't that? Right? So as a human, with our eye, with our naked eye, we can not see very well, but this tool help us see better, isn't it? Now AI is the thing that help us think better, right? So it is actually a tool. As long as you can use it, it will kind of uplift the capability of human. So that is what we mean by VR. We will connect to the humanity, to using the technology to uplift the humanity, and that is where the value is, right? Some people say that the application of AI is like auto driving, is like the manufacturing, that type of things, that type of engineering purpose. But I would say that that is not the true value of AI, right? If AI is to create value, you need to use AI in the purpose of uplifting the humanity. And that things cannot be done by engineer. That thing need to be done by businessmen, right? By business manager, isn't it? So as a manager, we are actually in a better position in using this advanced technology to realize their real value to the human society. We are actually in a better position than engineer, right? And that is why we are learning BA. That's why we are learning business analytics this semester. And that will conclude my first hour of talk. Is there any problem about what is BA and why we use R in VA? Anything? Okay, if no question, let's take a break. This is 10:27, right? So let's break until like 10:40, okay? We'll be back in 10:40. How is that?
很多人都也搞得很认真，
嘿，
他们有跟我说，
很认真是很认真的，他们听得
懂，没有懂不懂。
听得懂吗？
他们是有些人是还不确定要不要上这堂课。
没有关系，我觉得我们也第一次开，我也不是想说非常多人，少一点人，也许我们负担少一点，我们把它做精致一点，做好一点。他们有10个人已经会用 R，
是我觉得，
to my support。
我觉得不要，我觉得应该没有很
No 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 no.
真的
They actually already have some certificate from data science. Like 3
哦，我
of
昨
them.
天有看那个，
So 他们不是只会一点点，他们其实是已经有一点。
如果纯30的话，
那你们觉得？其实我有点犹豫说，等一下我们可能跟要不要商量一下怎么分组，是我们要用 random block 把他们强制参与吗？还是说
自己找吗？
你还说我们可以用那个已经用过 R 的人做种子，
哦，这样可能比较好。
然后让他们去 recruit 他自己听。下个礼拜也许，下个礼拜其实我想要花一点时间，就是我们可以因为在教室的嘛，所以我们可以花一点时间，意思是说不要急着上课，让这个 team 有一些时间可以 team up 起来 warm up 起来。
那你要等一下他们说，就是有没有要退选的，有没有 drop 掉这堂课的话，这里还要决定。因为不然如果当下礼拜
One way or the other， 我们下礼拜都会分组的。分完组之后，其实是有些人会 drop。
对。
那这件事我已经 suffer 了好多年，不是现在才开始。所以我们的分组到了最后都还会再调整，但是我们没有办法一直等到异常处理完了之后才来分组，因为那时候已经到第5、第6周期了，我们根本没有办法offer 这样子。我们前面几周就会有基本上，所以下一周我们反正就是分组开始做，然后之后有抓掉需要调整，我们再做调整，这样好不好？我们怕那里被找到。
对啊。
到那里是很小一个。
没有蛮大的。
蛮大的。
但觉得好像有点尴尬。
我先把那个。 录影停掉，不然它会很长，等一下就很难剪。